Nice. And as we open up the Fowler show, we have a discussion off the air as we're waiting for the countdown to begin. We are live now. We apologize for the delay of 17 minutes of a delay there. Apologies for that. Myself decided to crash last minute with my guest on the line. So I take full responsibility of that. I do hope you're all having a great Thursday night, wherever you're watching us, maybe in the UK, maybe in Spain or Ireland, or wherever you are in the world. Welcome along. I hope you can tune in, and I do hope you can ask your questions as well to my guest tonight. Now, I will probably mispronounce your second name, so I apologize for that as well. So my guest today is Calum Heaslip. That's how I'm going to pronounce it. I probably incorrectly did it, but welcome to the show. And how are you, and how has your first month been of 2021? And I must say as well, happy belated birthday to you. I know your birthday on the 10th of this month, I believe. You turned the big 20. How does it feel being in your early 20s now?
Pretty much the same when I was 19. I mean, it hasn't changed a lot. I'm just stuck at home, quarantined. So, but thanks for having me. It's great.
No problem at all. Because when I reached out to you, I really enjoyed your music, and I was thinking, I'm going to take a risk and try reach out to you and see what happens. And I'm very happy that you sent it to be on the show today and making it happen. So much appreciated to you. Now, of course, you got a huge audience as well with your reach. You are very popular in Spain, and I know in Ireland as well. And you've been in music since you were 5. You followed in your father's footsteps, haven't you? And was it that first day when you were around 5 years old you wanted to do this, or was it something else later on in life which said that I'm going to do this for the rest of my life?
No, I mean, I guess my parents always wanted, like, me and my sisters to play music, just to know how to play music, because it's something really beautiful. And we just started playing when we were like 5, and I just decided I actually wanted to do this for a living when I was like, I don't know, 8, 9, something like that.
Yeah.
It was never like, oh, I wanted to be a soccer player or like something like that, because I'm terrible at football. So,
really?
like, I'm really bad at sports. Like, the only sport I'm good at is like basketball. So, but I was never like, oh, I want to be a basketball player or I want to be a football player. I just I was like, oh, no, I want to be a singer.
Fair enough. But imagine all those years ago you went into the basketball world. You might be one of these world famous basketball players nowadays as well. So you never know. Might have worked out for you either way. But he's a singer. You're a great singer. You're in the pop music, and we love pop music on this show. And we've had a lot of hip hoppers on the show. So I thought, let's take a break from hip hoppers and let's bring on a pop artist for once. I like pop music, and I enjoy your songs. And you've been everywhere, haven't you? You've been on the Islands version of the Late Late Show a few years ago.
Yeah.
You've also been a part of the Kids Choice Awards for Nickelodeon. Was that was that the Spanish version or both?
Yeah, it was the Spanish version. Yeah.
Interesting, and as well, and you've been everywhere. But I mean, like, was that one of your key moments to make it onto the Late Late Show in Ireland and be a part of the Kids Choice Awards?
Yeah, I mean, also the Late Late Show, it was great because I remember going to Ireland and like watching the Late Late Show on like Christmas Day and all that. Yeah. And my family, like everyone in my family, they were like so proud. They were like, oh, my niece, like everyone was like, oh, my cousin is gonna be in the Late Late Show, blah blah, whatever. So it was great. It was like 2 or 3 days, something like that, and I got to see all my family for a few days over there in Dublin, and it was great. It was awesome. And actually, like the week after I was in the show, Brian Adams was in the show.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, Jesus. It was unbelievable.
Unbelievable indeed. And we must say hello to our live viewers who are tuning into this live chat, just to prove we are live here. That people are tuning in from Barcelona and from Bilbao. How you pronounce it? Yeah, there you go. He knows it. Is that near you?
No. I'm like really far away from everything. I live in Mallorca, which is like an island.
Oh, okay.
Outside Spain, so I have to grab a plane anywhere I want to go. So,
Well, that's sad. That's a bit sad for you, though, isn't it? You know, you're all isolated out of where everyone else lives, kind of thing, which is quite sad. But I mean, you know, but
yeah.
I'm sure it's worth it though to get the plane ticket.
Oh yeah, I mean, I crazy because my mom is terrified of flying, like planes. She hates it. And when I was touring to leave Mallorca, I had to get onto two planes. I had to go to Madrid and then come back or something or Barcelona.
Yeah.
So my mom started touring with me, and she hated it because like it was not like going from Madrid to Barcelona. You can just go by train or in a car or whatever. She had to get on plane every single day, and
Oh,
she ended up not being afraid of planes anymore.
well, that's good.
Like after like 200 flights, she was like, "No, I'm good."
Wow, but after 200 flights, she says, nope, no more plane flight for me. So she overcame her fear. And do you have any fears, by the way?
Yeah.
And I should say as well, be careful what you say because you never know. In the future, you may end up on a competition show where you may have to face your certain fears. So feel free to lie.
No, I don't think so. I've never been. I don't like snakes. I
Fair
mean,
enough. Fair enough.
I like them, but not too much.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
agree
like,
with
I like,
you.
I like watching them on like pictures. I
Yeah.
think they're like cool, but I don't like them when they're like close to me.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
blame you either because I agree with you there. 'Cause we've got people tuning as well on the live chat. If you are tuning into this live, make sure you do leave a comment, a question. If you got a question for my guest Calum this evening, he will answer it live for you right now. We were coming on the air and he was saying to me privately that he may do another online concert tomorrow or another day.
Yeah.
And how was it for you to adjust from going, from being doing concerts in person to then all of a sudden not being able to do that and then doing it over through a camera? And I bet it's quite hard to adjust to because even though I like doing this all the time, I'm used to doing this, but I'm not used to doing it in person, for example, like you are.
Yeah.
So how hard was it for you to adjust?
It was weird. It was really really weird because I was used to like playing in whatever clubs, theaters, bigger places, and then to just be in my room playing a few songs is it's crazy. And I even like did this like bigger gig I've done in the last year. It was in a studio in Palma, and like a few of my friends came, and I was like, please just like cheer for me after every song, because if not, it's gonna be like really really uncomfortable, and it's gonna like look terrible on like Twitch or I don't remember where we were doing it, but I was like, please just like clap after every song. And they were like, okay. But then the worst was I would finish the song and I would like wait for 5 seconds, and then they were like, oh shit, and they start cheering after that, and I was like, but it's really weird. I mean, the contact with people, like meet and greets, everything. There's none of that anymore. So, but it will hopefully change soon.
Yes, hopefully soon, because we do miss that contact, don't we? Where people can come and meet you personally, get a signed autograph, maybe even a selfie with you and whatnot. And at the moment, they can't really do that if you're online, like through Cameo or something like that, to get a personalized message from you instead of doing it in person. It's got to be quite challenging for you, but I'm sure, as everybody else, it will fly by, and before you know it, you'll be back on that stage and performing in front of millions of people once again. And when you can do that, of course, is there a particular city you would love to travel to which you've not had the chance to play in yet?
I think London. I really liked London.
Yeah,
I always liked it. I don't know why. And I don't know. Paris.
oh yes,
Paris is really nice. I
Romance
don't know.
City.
Yeah, yeah. I would like playing anywhere, to be honest. Right now, I would play anywhere.
You play anywhere. It doesn't matter if it's
Play.
it doesn't matter if it's South America or
Yeah,
America or
yeah.
Brazil, whatever. He will play wherever
Yeah.
he can get booked. He will play, and hopefully soon he will be able to. But I mean, I want to know as well. Like you've got all these fantastic singles and
Mhm.
songs, albums you put out in the past few years. Is there a particular album you love the most, or do you love all your albums you've released so far?
Well, I think my favorite one is the one that's coming out. soon. But uh, from the ones I previously did, my favorite was the third album that came out. It was called 47 Days. It was the like most mature out of all of my albums. It was really, back to basics music, just no barely any electronics, just a lot of guitars and drums, and it was just really, really, really good. I don't know why, but I mean, like the first album did great,
Yeah,
and I really like it. But I was like 13 when I did it, so
that's very
you can tell the
impressive.
difference. You can really tell the difference from the first album to the second album
Mm,
and to the third album. Because I was like 13, 15, and 17, something like that.
not too bad.
And you can tell the difference. When I was 17, my voice had changed. Like the first album, I sounded like a little girl. It's true. And even like the other day, I was at a friend's house. We were having a few drinks, and like he played one of my first
Oh
songs.
God.
Like it was my biggest hit, and I was like 13, and my voice was like way higher. And then his girlfriend was like, "Oh, why don't you sing it for us?" And I was like, "I can't sing it anymore."
Oh,
I was like, "My voice has changed a lot."
that's fair. It's
Yeah.
quite sad that you can't redo it. You can't replay it as the original in person, kind of thing, of the way your songs are. So I guess you have like just had to play it and then don't really lip sync to anything to it. Just do some dance music or something instead, maybe if you do decide to play it in the future. Um, but we also have some questions in our live chat which we like. So someone wants to know, when are you going to drop new music?
Well, actually, this weekend, I think Sunday, I'm gonna take the photo shoot for the cover of the next few songs that are coming out. I'm gonna put out an EP of like 8 songs, in the next month or something like that.
Okay.
I'm actually just waiting for the visual part. Like the masters are done, songs are done. I have them all, and I'm just waiting to take a few pictures, look nice, and release it all. So it will probably be around February, something like that.
Yeah, yeah,
End of February,
that's not
probably.
too
Yeah.
bad. The first album of yours of 2021 be great.
Yeah.
It'd be great to be able to kick off the year.
Probably like Valentine's Day or something
There
like
you go, Valentine's Day.
that.
Nice
Yeah.
romantic day to release it on. I like it. So maybe as a hint of what we can expect in your new EP then.
It's really just me, myself. I've done it all myself. I produced it myself. I recorded it myself. I wrote it myself completely 100%. Mixed it, mastered it, everything in my room. I actually sent it to a few of my friends yesterday. Because it was like the first time I actually sent it to anyone. So I sent it to a few of my friends, and I was like, "Oh, just tell me, which songs are the ones you like the
Yeah.
most." And they were like, "Did you do this like in your room?" Because I've got like this little studio set in my room, and I was like, "Yeah." And they were, "There's no acoustic treatment or anything," and they were like, "Shit, that's impressive." Uh, that's like really impressive that you do it all yourself. And I think it's just really me, like really basic music, just really nice guitars, a lot of storytelling, and I just hope everyone likes it. To be honest.
I'm sure they will, because if they've been following you, from either the beginning or halfway through your career, then I'm sure they will support whatever kind of music you decide to put out, and I'm sure it will mean something to them just to hear your voice from a new album of 2021. I'm sure people will enjoy it. And before we move on to my next question, again, this is a free-for-all. This is what I like to do here on the Fowler Show. We like to ask. We don't give my guests here the questions beforehand, because I don't play like that. All my questions are off the cuff, because even I don't know what the question is going to be until the day of the show when I'm interviewing my guest right here. But we do have another question coming in, though. A few questions coming in on the live chat. Someone wants to know, called Alexis News, if I pronounce it correctly, can Calum say something to me with a love heart emoji?
Well, hello, Alexa's news. Do you say?
Yes, I think that's right.
Hello, Alexa. Thanks for following me, and I hope you like my new music. That's gonna come out pretty soon. I can't say the name of the EP, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, if you can't say it here, make sure you do follow Callum on social media because we've got one
Yeah.
of his links on the screen for you every few minutes or so. So make sure you do follow him on Instagram. He's also on YouTube. He's also on Spotify, on the Apple Apple Music, just say, and he's also on Facebook. Even though he don't really upload on Facebook or on Twitter anymore, but
Yeah, no, I'm
he's more
to
social on Instagram though.
on Instagram. Yeah, I post most of on Instagram or TikTok. I
TikTok as well. There you go. Another platform.
because my Twitter got hacked like 2 years ago, and then I was like, I'm not gonna redo it, and just so I was like, I'll just stick to Instagram because it's where most of my fans are, to be honest.
Yeah, that's
They're
fair.
in Facebook. Facebook is more for like people my parents' age, you know.
yeah, fair enough.
It's true.
Oh, that's hilarious. I've never heard anyone say about Facebook being for more parents' ages, but I agree with you there. So of course, Alexis News also says, "Are you still in Marcella or something like Mallorca? How would you pronounce that? That person wants to know if you're still in that place in the world. I don't think you are. I think you've on the island, aren't you now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm in my.
Yeah. Also, as well, you got a comment saying, "I've been following you since La Voz, VOZ." So that's cool.
That's the Voice Kids. That was the show I was on years ago. Yeah.
Years ago. How many years ago was that?
Well, I'm 20 now, and I was 12 when I recorded it, so 8 years.
Crikey. Did it feel 8 years to you from when you wrote that?
Actually, I don't really remember.
You don't remember it? Okay, fair enough.
I don't know. People are like, "Oh, were you nervous?" I remember I was nervous, but I don't really remember like being there. I think I was just too young. I mean, I was like I was 12 or something like that. So I don't know. It was a great experience, though. I mean, it brought a lot into my career, and that's when everything pretty much started. That's when after that I got signed and started releasing music. But I think it was just great. I remember I watched the video not long ago, like a few weeks ago. Someone posted the video of my first audition on The Voice.
Nice.
And long hair with my dad's guitar, which is like huge, barely reach, and it was great. I mean, my performance wasn't great, to be honest. I watch it and I'm like, bum note, I'm like, oh, didn't like that.
Yeah.
But I got picked, so that was great.
Well, we can all be our biggest critique, can't we? And maybe let your fans decide. Give your fans the suggestions if it was as bad as you think it was back in when you were listening on The Voice on the Spanish version of The Voice. I just want to clarify because I don't want to say he was on The Voice and it might be very I don't know if he's on The Voice in the UK or the US. So I don't want to clarify. He means the Spanish version of The Voice. Perhaps maybe you should come on the UK version of The Voice, or maybe the American version of The Voice, maybe, if you need to. I don't think you need to because you're so global now, but I'm just saying maybe you should make a surprise appearance and see how many people in the UK recognize you as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I would go back onto like a reality show or like a talent show in this case. Like a lot of people ask me, they're like, "Oh, why don't you go back and do The Voice again?" Or I'm like, I don't know. It's kind of weird, It's like seeing the same person twice on a different talent show. It just doesn't look good.
Fair
I'm not planning on doing that anytime soon.
Fair enough. Because I bet the only show you probably will go on is probably like something like I'm a Celebrity or maybe Big Brother or something like that. Which will probably get your attention probably and boost your popularity even more. And to see the real side of you, imagine seeing you 10 days in a row or 24 hours of you, and people will then know exactly how you are for 24 hours or 10 days straight, and they can even get closer to you as well, like as a family member as well, can't they? A lot of people commenting. I will read your comments in just a moment. I'm going to let my guest, if he wants to respond to what I just said, then he can, and I will read your comments in just a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But so a lot of people want to know as well. This person said top secret. I like the YouTube channel name. Very nice. Top secret. Are you going to do an online concert soon? We discussed a little while ago
Yeah,
about that.
I'll probably be doing a little live stream either tomorrow or Saturday. I'll just play a few songs of my new EP,
Nice.
and
On
yeah,
that,
I'll post everything on Instagram like tomorrow or whenever I decide to do it.
yeah, yeah. And
But yeah, it will be anytime soon, and if not this weekend, it will be next weekend or something like that.
fair enough, fair enough. And are you going to be using that guitar on the wall behind you there, or was that?
No, that's actually like I think that was like one of my first
Oh,
guitars
okay.
when I was like a kid. I'll use this one.
Yes,
I've got
yeah,
it in my
let's
bed.
see your guitar here. Yeah, oh, nice,
That's
nice.
the one I always play. That
Yes, yes.
I bought this when I was like I think I bought it first time I got the first check after a concert. I was like 14. And that was the first thing I bought.
Wow, well, you know, it's gone very far for you, and I'm glad you're still using it to this day as well. So I
Yeah,
do hope you get a few more years out of it before you may have to replace it. But
yeah. I mean, this is the one that I toured with, and I played like it's got so many miles on it. But it's great. I love it. It's beautiful. It sounds great. So
yeah, yeah, why not? Let's see who else is tuning in this evening. Kim Possible, nice name as well, I like it. What do you
yeah,
prefer, IE or Spain? I'm guessing she means Ireland or Spain.
yeah. Um.
Good question.
Wow, that's a tough question. That's a tough question. I cannot answer that because if
You like
I say
both, you know. You're from, you know, you've lived in Ireland. You're from Ireland, I think, and then you moved to Spain with your mum. You know, it's all, you know, it's just too close to home for you, isn't it?
yeah, I mean, I love Ireland on Christmas. I love going there because it's like there's the real actual like Christmas vibe. You know, it's cold, it's
Yes.
winter. Like here, Christmas, you know, I might be just wearing like a t-shirt, so it's not really Christmassy.
Fair.
But in Ireland, I don't know. I've got family in both sides, and I love seeing. So I don't know. I mean, I have. It's true. I have all my friends here in Spain. I I've grown up here. But you know, I wouldn't mind moving to Ireland for a few months or something. I wouldn't really mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Why
Hmm.
not? AJ Brooks wants to know. Hi, can you ask what his most best experience has been to do with his career? Interesting question as well.
So, like my worst experience.
No, no, your best experience. Your what is his most best experience has been to do with music in his career.
What does that mean?
So, like, have you had has something stood out to you in your whole time in your music industry, which has been one of your best ever moments so far?
Mm, oh yeah.
I hope I
Probably.
do hope that answers your question as well, AJ Brooks, when he answers it.
Yeah. Uh, I think it was when my first album came out. I came back from school. I think I was still in school, in high school, and I remember I walked into the kitchen and I was having lunch with my mom, and my manager called me. So I answered the phone. Hey, what's up? And he was like, "This was like the week after. Like the album came out on Thursday, I
Yeah.
think, or Friday, and this was a Wednesday. So he called me and he was like, "Album is number one." And I was like, Jesus. I was 13, 14, and my album was number one in Spain.
Wow.
Uh, First week that came out.
Like, that's very good. Very good.
I didn't react to it. My reaction was just like, all right, cool. And my mom was so pissed off. My mom was pissed off. She was like, "You're number one at this is correct." And I was like, I don't know. I didn't really know how to react. Like the gold record.
Yeah.
It was Christmas, I think. That same Christmas, that same year. And I was on a TV show, and you know, at the end of the TV show, they were like, "Oh, we've got this surprise for you." And they came out with the plaque, you know, the gold record plaque.
Hmm.
And I was like, "Cool, thanks, Merry Christmas." I don't know. I was just really bad at like reactions. Like they had to like tell me beforehand, like they're gonna do this to you or they're gonna say this, because my reactions were terrible. So
Yeah. Yeah.
hope
Just to
that answers.
just to confirm, AJ Brooks just answered that question. So I thank you, AJ, for letting me explain a bit better for my guests. So I'm glad I answered your question. This is great. Feel free to ask any other questions you may have. Alexis News also wants to know, why don't you sing your old songs anymore? Well, I think we discussed that beforehand because his voice has changed a lot since we wrote those. So obviously, if he sings them again, they might not be up to the same value or the same expectation maybe as you were looking for. If you listen to it in person, you might think, oh, I don't sound like the original singer kind of thing. It was.
Yeah, it's just really different. My voice has changed a lot. My music has changed. And I wouldn't mind actually like remixing a song and like redoing it. Actually, like the last gig I played like online, I did play one of my old songs. But it was like the third album. My voice was already changed, and I can still sing it.
And
so
it was
I played that.
easier
Really
as well
like
for you to do it as well because A, you already sung it. B, it's the same kind of voice you had when you did it, and it works out even better for you. So that makes total sense to be able to play those old songs from your third album, but maybe from your first or second album, maybe not because your voice has changed and whatnot. Let's see. Top Secret has also says, what is your favorite song of all the ones you have released so far?
Well, I think one of my favorites is Happy Tears. It's actually the last song I put out. I put it out last year on my birthday. So
yes, you did. Yes. So
that was on
Spotify, wasn't it?
18 days ago. And that was the last time I released a song. So it's about time for me to release more music.
Yeah, and I do hope he does release this one EP kind of thing, and then disappear for another year without releasing anything else. You need to hopefully release some more throughout the year. Give us some more to something to listen to, kind of thing.
Yeah, I actually have so much music. It's crazy. I've got like 3 albums done. I've written. So I think I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna release a lot of music every month, 2 months, song. I think I'm gonna do this first single. It's called "Fall in Love."
Fall in love. Not very good singing voice. Sorry about that. There we go. I don't know why I haven't done a singing voice. I just thought I'd just give it a go.
No, I'm gonna release that in like probably like 2 weeks from now. Whenever I get the cover for the song, and then after that, I'm gonna release another song a week later or 2 weeks later, and then another single, and then I'll do the EP, a bunch of music videos. And then I'll probably wait for like a month and a half and then release another album, I'm just going to be really, really consistent and release a lot of music.
Please do.
Because that's actually the key. I've seen it through the years when I was getting more feedback from my music was when I was releasing more music and I was touring all the time. Now, because I can't tour, I have to release more music because, like it or not, every week, 2 weeks, every day there's new music coming out, new artists coming out. So you just have to be present all the time.
Yes, I bet it's quite hard to be competitive to stay relevant in this very strange world we live in right now, which I can definitely understand. Also, as well, Eva, thank you for your question. We've already answered it, however. If you just go backwards a little while, I don't know how long ago we answered it, but we did answer it. If you go back, if you scroll up, you will see another question similar to yours, and we did answer it a little while ago. So please do rewind if you want to listen to when that new music will coming out. So it might answer it as well for you as we just discussed in that as well. AJ Brooks said it's me, by the way, Eddie, Alicia. Yeah, well, good evening to you then, Alicia. Nice YouTube name you have on this day. But let's discuss this because we apologize for the signal. We got a low signal. That's why my guess's camera keeps going smaller, large, smaller, large. So it's the signal of my guest. So we do apologize. And I just decided to turn them off by pressing the wrong button. There for a second. Let's just bring him back. It'll probably go bigger again in a minute, but hey. So let's talk about this. Where do you find inspirations and lyrics then for your songs? Like, do you have a particular place you go and visit to get your inspiration, or or do these just come to your head out of nowhere, and then do you write them down or something to keep them in mind?
Not. I mean, most of the songs I write them in my room, and I basically just tell stories that I've gone through with relationships or whatever. I mean, most of my songs are love songs, of course. Um, but yeah, I pretty much just sit in my room and I don't have a place to go to get inspired. I just get inspired by experiences. Something happens to me and I'm like, this would be cool like on a song. When something happens and you're like, okay, yeah, I can make a song out of this. So I do that a lot.
Yeah, yeah, don't blame you. And I'm just curious to, 'cause that's something I like to ask people, like artists. Like
Mhm.
we've had on hip hop people, we've had on rappers. So it's
Yeah.
like, people have different methods of finding inspiration and lyrics. And do you also take suggestions from your fans as well? I'm guessing most people do nowadays than before.
Yeah, I mean, there's people that are like, oh, why don't you do this? Fans or people that I know. And I think there was like on my third album, I think, or my second album, I let them actually like decide which was the single and like the name of the album and all that. So, because they're gonna be the ones that are actually gonna listen to it, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, most definitely.
They're big.
Alexis News says one of my favorite songs was "On Your Knees." I think it's based on Island
Yeah,
songs.
yeah. With a friend of my dad's, Paul. It was great. I mean, at the time I wasn't. I was like on holidays. I was done with touring and I was back home for 2 months or something like that. And this friend of my dad's, he has a studio in his house, and he was like, "Why don't you come over one day?" I was like, "Sure, why not?" So I went, and he was like, "We should do an Irish song because we're both Irish." He was like, "I think it would look cool. It would sound awesome." And I was like, "Sure." So we just started playing, and the song just came together like in an hour or two. And I went in the next day, recorded vocals, and it was done. It was great.
That's good. That's good to hear, and I'm glad it came to fruition very fast as well. Like like all of a sudden you come back from touring or whatnot, and you decide to discuss the song, and then before you know it, boom, you got it all ready to be published and whatnot as well, which is quite good. Um, Let's just say as well, you can find my guest if you are just listening to this and maybe doing something else, because sometimes people just have this on in the background and just chat, just to talk about nonsense in the background. But you can find my guest. You can see on your screen there. Calum is on Instagram.
Yeah.
His name. Just type his name in, and it just pops up. Calum Heaslip on Instagram. He's also on YouTube. That's why even though he doesn't post much on YouTube, do you at the moment? But you are on YouTube. For some reason, your uploads say 2 years ago, but you do have a playlist which you have updated recently though. But for some reason, it's not really saying you uploaded anything since 2 years ago. I don't know why that is. Just want to find out there. You're also on Spotify. You're also on Apple Music. You're also on any other music site where people may listen to you on as well. So do check him out if you've never heard of him before or never heard of any of his music. He's a pop artist, by the way, just tuning in. So he is a very good talent, and he's going to be a breakout star in the coming years, even though he's really on that road already with over 7,000 followers on Instagram. It's a very good amount of people who are interacting with you on a daily basis with all your music, with all your other things as well. And do you do any other projects outside of music or not?
Right now, not really. I mean, I'm just focused on music like 100%. I train. I mean, I play basketball, but I really just have that as a distraction to leave my house after like making music for hours.
Yeah.
Like and that's the thing. If I'm playing basketball and I'm training, I'm not thinking about anything. I'm just focused on playing basketball. So that like hour and a half, 2 hours of training, they're great. Yeah, I'm not because if I go to the gym, I go to the gym sometimes. Now they're all closed, but if I'm in the gym, I'm like when my music on, but I'm still thinking about oh I should do this, I should do that, I should release this song or should I not release the song? I'm just mentally not in the place. When I play basketball, I'm just focused on playing basketball,
Yeah.
so I really like that. But other from that, not really. I just make music all day.
Why not? Why not? And thank you so much, Alexis News, for enjoying this interview here and here on the O Fowler Show, the best kept secret on YouTube. And you want to see more of my show, you want to see more of me, then tune in tomorrow night because we have got on a UFC fighter, Mason Jones, on the show at 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. on the West Coast, 1 p.m. Eastern. That's tomorrow here on the show, so make sure you tune in for that. Hopefully we have no technical difficulties on this episode of the show because, sometimes out of my out of my force, I get really prepared for this show and then all of a sudden something goes wrong, which I really hate, but I'm glad we were able to delay it but extend it as well, so quite good. But back to my guest though, Callum, are you into combat sports as well or just basketball?
No, I always liked it. I used to do karate when I was a kid,
Nice.
and then got into Thai boxing when I was like 12 until I was like
Yeah.
15, something like that, 15, 16. And then I started touring, and my mom really didn't want me to fight because, if someone broke my nose and I had a show the next day, it would look terrible.
Yes, yeah, I can
So
get that.
you stopped, training, and I stopped training, but I really liked it. I was actually pretty good at it. And I enjoy watching fights and the UFC. I really like the UFC, boxing.
Yeah.
And,
I bet.
yeah,
I bet your biggest influence, one of your biggest people you probably like then is Conor McGregor because he's from Ireland as well. I'm guessing.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the guy really blew up and he did it. I mean, he's the first one to actually do it. In Ireland, he's like the first fighter to actually come out of Ireland and be a huge superstar, not just a great athlete or a fighter. He's a superstar. I mean, he's on that level.
He certainly is, and it was good to see him back in the octagon last
Yeah.
weekend. I think it was, even though he did lose, but well.
Yeah, he lost, but it was good. I mean, I just hope he fights more often.
Yeah.
I really enjoy watching him fight.
That's good. That's
Really.
good. And is it? And I know you watch basketball. I know you probably watch basketball. You play it. Do you watch anything else as well? Which intrigues you in your downside when you're relaxing? Otherwise, when you've had a tough day at the gym and playing music and thinking of music. How do you relax as well? And I know you mentioned about watching UFC. Is there other things you watch as
Yeah.
well? Do?
Well, with my friends, I watch football because it's a really big thing here in Spain.
Yes.
Football. So we used to go to bars and watch football. Now all the bars are closed, so we can't. But like right now, after dinner and after I have dinner and take a shower and just come into bed, I either watch a movie or just put on a comedy show or something. I really like stand-up comedy.
Fair.
Um,
Could we ever see you doing a cameo
Yeah.
appearance in a movie in the future?
I, I wouldn't mind. I would like that, to be honest. I've never. Well, I once did a cameo on a TV show here in
Yes.
Spain. It was like it was about this like music school, like arts school, something like that. And I came in as the new student that was already famous, and he had fans and whatever. So I remember I was like 16. My hair was terrible in it, to be honest. I saw a picture the other day, and I don't know what was going through my mind, but my hair looked horrendous.
Well,
Um,
we all go through these strange periods, don't we, with our hairs and whatnot, trying to find a fashion look. Sometimes it works, sometimes it
when
like,
I was like,
why did I do that for? Kind of thing.
I, I mean, I was from like when I was 16 to like 17, 15. Like there was like 2 years that my hair was just terrible, and I just came back to I look like exactly like I did when I was 14. Like this is the hair I had when I was 14. Then 15, I started growing it long.
Yes. And I think you appeared
And
on the late show with your hair long as well, didn't you?
yeah, my hair was longer,
Yeah.
and then that was terrible too. My hair, like I watch it sometimes, like the video from the Late Late Show, and my hair was terrible. I don't know what I look like. And then I let it grow down to here.
Wow.
And then I remember going to the hairdresser. I didn't want to cut it off. I don't know why, but I went to the hairdresser, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna cut it. So I cut it, and I was like, I'm never ever gonna let my like hair grow again. I was like, Jesus. I was like, it's way better like this.
Yeah.
So I've just had this hairstyle for the last 3 years, and I'm probably not gonna change.
Fair
Or I'll
enough.
probably shave it one day. If we get back to, like quarantine, like total lockdown, I would probably shave it.
Okay, interesting. Let's
Everyone,
see. Alexa's News says, "Miss you. I hope you get the physical CD and we can buy it." Interesting point. Because at the moment, it's all like on digital at the moment, and obviously, Alexa's wants a physical disc of yours. Is that something in your plans in the future, or do you think that's more like your parents' kind of thing of a physical CD rather than the modern day user?
I the reason I'm doing it all by myself now, like I'm doing this independently. I'm going to release them as an independent artist. So there's more. It's harder for me to do things like that, like release vinyls and release like
Ooh,
physical
vinyls, yeah. I
albums.
forgot about vinyls, yeah.
Yeah, like, they're coming back.
They
People
are.
are buying vinyls. I have a few myself, and I don't even have a record player, but they just look cool.
That's hilarious. Are you gonna plan to get
I have like
a vinyl player? Are you gonna get one? A record player?
I wanted to, but there's not enough room in my, like I don't have any space in my room anymore because it's full of guitars and amps, and I really don't have a place to put it. But I have three vinyl records. I have one Jimi
Oh yeah.
Hendrix. That was the first one I bought. I think it was the Jimi Hendrix Experience. I bought it in London on my school trip
Oh nice.
on something like ninth grade or something
Yeah.
like that. Something, yeah. And then a fan gave me a vinyl from John Mayer, Born and Raised, which is a great album. And then I had another one. I don't remember which one. I don't know. But yeah, I'm terrible. Yeah, but I really like vinyls and physical albums. I myself have bought a few, even though I don't listen to them in the car or
Yeah.
anything, because I just go like Bluetooth and Spotify. But I haven't the physical thing, so I have bought a bunch of physical albums, but now it's harder because of the whole situation, and I'm independent, so I think it would be harder to actually release the physical album.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I know.
At the moment, anyway, that's a shame at the moment. But hopefully, maybe in the future, fingers crossed, you can do some type of a deal and hopefully make it easier for yourself to able to sell CDs and vinyls as well and whatever else
Mhm.
things are. I do agree with you about buying physical discs. I still buy some physical discs as well. So I thought I was like on my own, but I'm glad there's somebody else around my age who is like also does that. So I'm quite happy with that as well. Speaking of your guitars, when you first learning the to play the guitar, was it quite? Did you pick it up quite easily, or did it take you quite a while before you picked up the necessary skills on the guitar?
If I'm honest, I don't remember because I started playing when I was like 5. But my mom always says I was like really fast, and I remember I was in this music
Yeah,
school, and they the first songs they teach how to play are Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and all these really kiddie
yeah,
songs, right? And I remember after every year they did like a little show. So kids could go on and show the parents what they learned through the year. And I remember everyone just went on and played like really slow, the proper way. I just got on stage and played it as fast as I could. And then everyone was like, "Why did you play it so fast?" And I was like, "'Cause if I play it slow, people are gonna think I don't know how to play guitar. If I can play it fast, I'll play it fast." And then like the teacher was so mad at me. I actually got kicked
Oh,
out
really?
of the music. Yeah, because I punched my guitar teacher
Oh, wow.
once. Yeah, I was like 8 or 9, so it wasn't like a proper punch. Like how hard can an 8-year-old punch be? But
You'd be
uh,
surprised. You'd be surprised.
no, actually I didn't punch him. I slapped him,
Okay.
and then because we were like, and it was like uh, I was kidding, we were just playing around and we were discussing, like we were arguing about football, and I just slapped him, and he was like, "Okay, cool," and then he called my mom and he was like, "You're kicked out," and I was like, "Great," and then that was it.
And then the rest is history as we get here today.
Yeah.
Now, I think it was your Instagram. I think I seen it. I saw it on somewhere. I could be completely wrong. I met the wrong person here, but I'm going to say it anyway. Now, I believe there's a picture of you somewhere. I don't know where it was, but you're wearing, I think it was either a cap or something, and it had the logo of the Las Vegas Raiders, the American football team. Now, can you
Yeah.
share any light? Are you still a supporter of that team? Because I hope you are, because I also am a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders, hence why I'm bringing it up to you as we speak here. Or did you thought that's a cool hat? I just thought I just wear it.
I'm actually, I like American football. I don't
Good.
follow it. I really like it. I do watch like the Super Bowl and stuff, but Tom Brady is just great. But I'm there's like this guy I know that he's really like into like American football, and he watches it like,
Hmm.
at night, and I'm like, nah. And I have a bunch of T-shirts too, like jerseys.
Oh,
I've
nice.
got Packers jerseys, and I just like it. I mean, it's just it looks good. So
Yeah. So means can you so means can we so means you are quite a fan of the Las Vegas Raiders kinda. So that's good to know.
yeah,
Of course you're a good a fan of Tom Brady, of course, who plays for the Tampa Bay. So are you predicting that team will win next Sunday at the Super Bowl?
I think so. I mean,
You think so? He's going to win it. Trust me.
I
Whatever
mean,
team's going to be at, he
yes,
will win it. He's the Tom Brady of the world. He is the star of the NFL.
yeah,
He look at
he's
the
like,
Patriots.
yeah,
The
like I
Patriots
mean,
even make it to the Super Bowl this year. Yet, they even make it into the playoffs. That's how badly New England is without Tom Brady.
I know. I mean, Tom Brady is like Michael Jordan of American football.
Yeah.
He's just a top athlete.
Mm. Even though he's getting on a bit, but he can still do stuff in the NFL, and it's great. Come and see how many more seasons he's going to have before he decides to hang it
Right.
up and whatnot. Let's see. So
So
Alexis News says no problem. I will wait. That's
yeah,
regarding to your CD question.
I think it's like, isn't it his like 10th Super Bowl or something like that, or
Something like
11th?
that. Something like that. And, he's like in his early or late 40s now. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna see if he can play in the 50s. That'd be interesting. If
Yeah,
he decides to.
yeah.
Be quite good. But I mean, but regarding your music career as well, like how many years do you think it would take before you get to a level maybe of a Justin Bieber or a Ed Sheeran, for instance? Because I know within the past 8 years, you've been able to skyrocket the whole of Europe
Yeah.
and beyond. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Um, I really hope. I know I'm gonna still be making music because
Of course.
it's what I do. There's nothing else. I mean, I have no plan B. It's what I'm gonna do.
You're
Big
too
or small.
famous now anyway to go to do something else. You're too famous, so it's like if you try and do something else, people are gonna spot you anyway.
It's all I know how to do. So I'm just gonna put it all into it, and hopefully in a year, 2 years, 3 years. I don't know how long it will take, but I'll get there
Yeah.
eventually, hopefully.
You will, you will. You know, you almost you're halfway there now. So you know, probably in 5 years, you probably be the next pop artist to be a global sensation by within 5 years. I see.
Mhm.
You know, and I can say, yeah, he came on my show when he had 372K or 374K followers on Instagram. You know, kind of thing, and he's got like 3.5 million or 10.5 million followers on Instagram. So we can't wait for that. Of course, if you are new around here, do make sure you do follow my guest Calum here on Instagram. His social media link is on the screen. Calum Heaslip. So make sure you do follow him on there. Spread the word of him. Tell your friends. Tell everybody who will listen to you that this guy is going to be the next global sensation within the next 5 years. So please do follow, like him, share him to all your friends. Tell everybody you need to tell them that they need to listen to this guy, the next pop artist, the next Justin Bieber, the next Ed Sheeran, the next Bruno Mars. You know, tell everybody that this is the guy you should put your faith and your support into, because, you know, he's going to be something, and I'm sure you will all find out in the next few years, hopefully with next year though, where he can get back out on the stage and get back to performing, back to what he was doing pre-2020.
Yeah, I mean,
and 2021, of course.
2021, I'm just gonna be releasing a bunch of music.
Yeah.
And yeah, hopefully, you know, one song is all it takes. That's what I always said.
Exactly, because one song
will make it. You know,
exactly. I thought people saying it about different things. One person to look out for you will then take you to the next level which you need to be at, and I think you're there. You just need to get the right opportunity, don't you?
Yeah, I think all I need is a good team that you know, works around me and my music, because the music is sorted. You know, I produce my music, I write my music. There's no need to have a huge record label or like big studios or anything. I just need a good promo team, management team that, you know, takes the music to the next level. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
Let's see. So Alexis News wants to know, how is Noa and Megan?
Well, Noah, that's my little sister, and Megan is my older sister. So they're good. They're all great. My older sister is in uni now.
Oh, nice. So. Is she studying music or something completely different?
Totally different. She's studying social education. Okay. I don't know. Yeah, and she's 24. She's the smart one in the family. She's like the really responsible one.
Well, I bet she's very proud of you of what you've achieved so far, though.
Yeah. And then my little sister, she's 5, and she just plays around all day. You know, she just wants to play all the time.
Fair enough. Yeah. I saw a video of yours on Instagram of you doing press ups. I think near her in one of your videos.
Yeah. That was when we were on total lockdown here. She just like every time now all the gyms are closed. I have just a few weights here at home, and if I'm doing exercise, she just starts like copying me, and it's pretty funny.
Well, it's good. It brings some positivity into your life as well in these very strange times we're all living in at the moment, and I'm sure in years to come you can look back and both laugh together in years to come.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. She actually kept me distracted during the lockdown, because lockdown was terrible for a lot of people. There was too much time to think about stuff, because I was used to being away from home all the time, just not being at home. Not even just touring, because before quarantine I hadn't toured much, but I was just never home. I was in school, studio, playing basketball, in the gym. So I was barely home until we got on total lockdown, and then I was like 24 hours here, and just thinking about stuff, and just way too much thinking. So she was here, and she just wanted to play all day, and it was great. And I live right beside my cousin. He's my best friend. Like we're at the same age, and he would come down to my house every day, and we just did a bunch of exercise and play music and just trying to keep it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hopefully, by the end of the year, you can regroup and get back together and pick up from where you last left off in person. Because I'm sure
Yeah,
you probably still chat with him over video chat and whatnot,
yeah.
and do all that good stuff. I do hope as well that you will join in. Will join back on the show again. I
Yeah,
hope.
totally.
Because we've got you got you back on the show again, and hopefully maybe one day I may have a studio, and then maybe you can pop into my studio one day.
What? Totally.
Yeah,
Great. Yeah.
yeah, that'd be quite good, wouldn't it? But yeah, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on the show tonight. And is there anything you would like to get off your chest? Maybe there's something you want to say, which maybe I've not asked you, or maybe your fans did not ask you this evening. And as well, is there any advice you may want to give to anybody who may be, stuck at getting ideas for music, or trying to gain a following in the music industry?
Um, all I want to say is there's a lot of new music coming out, and just for anyone that's making music and they're stuck, just chill. I mean, just put the hours in and relax. Everything will come together. I I heard this from some artist, and he said just don't be anxious about like, oh, if I'm not famous by the time I'm 18, I'm never gonna make it. That's not true. I mean, you can be 24 and still make it.
Yeah, or 52
Yeah,
or 80 odd. Yeah, you can be famous at any age.
it's not like sports, because in sports it is true. If you're and you play basketball, if you're like 35, 36, and you haven't made it to the NBA, you should probably like you can still be a coach or you can be something else. Uh, but music, you can, or being an actor, in art, you can be there. There's no really age limit, to be honest. And just write a lot of music, put a lot of hours in. I've been nights and nights recording, writing, and not just making music, also trying to get my music out there. DMing and emailing A&Rs, record labels, managements, publishers. You just have to do it. You have to do. You really have to put the hours in.
You do, and eventually it will pay off, and it's paid off for you. Maybe you may not think it, maybe you don't think it has, but it has. To my opinion, it has, and I'm sure to all your followers and all your supporters out there all agree with me there as well. Alexis News, you're very welcome for this interview. I believe this is your maybe one of the longest interviews you've done. I think I could be wrong, and as well. Thank you, Alexis News, for checking out my YouTube channel and to follow, and have a great night to you as well. But yeah, I think this is maybe your longest interview you've done. I think I know you're on the Late Late Show a few years ago. You were on there for about 30 minutes, weren't you? A 30-minute interview, I think it was. On this channel, you've been on for about over an hour. So you must be doing something right.
Longest I've been, because like most of the interviews I've done are like 10 minutes maximum. I just walk in.
Yeah.
So how's the new record? Oh, cool, new single, whatever. Sing the song and then just leave.
Yeah. We're not here. Not here. We draw it out here on the Fowler Show because we like to have these longer interviews here on the show, and that's what I do. I don't know if that will last forever, because who knows? Because you never know. As you say, it takes one opportunity for somebody to recognize you, and then they can take over your life. So if someone takes over this show, then maybe this show might not be as in depth as I want it to be, but who knows? But it's been a pleasure to have you on this show. I do hope you enjoyed this evening in Spain. I know it's just gone 8:16 in the evening there. So what else will you be doing this evening, or will you just be pumping out, listening to loads of music this evening, or what else will you be doing tonight?
I'm actually gonna have dinner with my mom now in 1 minute probably.
Right, okay.
And then at 9, I think I've got a little meeting on Zoom.
Nice,
So
nice. Well, I do hope you enjoy your dinner, and I do hope that your Zoom meeting goes very well. It's been an absolute pleasure. There will be a clip coming out tonight of this interview with yourself, so check out that on Instagram as well.
yeah,
But thank you again for coming on the show, and hopefully we can bring you back on here again soon.
yeah, hopefully. Yeah, it was great being here. To be honest, it was great. Thank you.
You're very welcome,
Yeah.
and it's been a great having you on the show as well. Thank you again. And that was my guest here tonight, Calum Heaslip, here on the Fowler Show. I do hope you enjoyed this edition of the Fowler Show. But don't forget, that's not the only show of this week, because tomorrow night we have got a UFC fighter coming on the show. Mason Jones will be here live on the Fowler Show, hopefully at the right time, 6 p.m. UK time, 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. on the West Coast. Hope you can tune in for that. He debuted last Wednesday in the UFC on the prelims in I can't remember, it was in Saudi Arabia. So hopefully you enjoy that tomorrow night, 6 p.m. UK time. If you are new around here, make sure you do leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this interview with Calum Heaslip. If you want to check out more videos, and please do by subscribing with the notification on, as you always know if a new interview comes out. If you enjoy my particular interviews, of course, leave a comment in the comment section below if you are watching this on demand and enjoyed this interview and want to check out more of my show, or want to leave a question for Calum for a future interview, because we will be coming back on the show eventually. Don't know when, but he will, and we can answer that question down the line. You can also as well share the video around to all your friends on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Snapchat, and Pinterest, and God knows wherever else we can share it to. But if you want to share this video around and tell everybody to check out Calum Heaslip and check out my show, then please do so. It will help us both out. And until the next episode drops, enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, and please do follow me as well on social media. My link's right there on your screen. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday night, though.